The Gerber Gator line has been around for quite a while, and the Gerber Premium Gator line has been on my radar for about 2 years. So I was super stoked to be able to get my hands on the folding as well as the fixed blade version of the Gerber Gator Premium line. Today we're gonna take a look at both of these blades, see what they can do, see which one would maybe be the better for you in that kind of outdoor hunting, camping, you know, around the campfire type of either folder or fixed blade. All right, blade performance. And when we talk about pricing a little bit, you're gonna be seeing that you're getting a really good blade for the price. What we are looking at, USA made CPM S30V steel on both of these blades, which is super awesome. They're both gonna come with saber grinds, which is a great grind. I really like that a lot, particularly for like outdoor use and you know, just a lot of outdoor type of tasks. Totally dig that. The fixed blade is more of a drop point. Really good for not only hunting and, you know, food prep, but also for wilderness, you know, notches, pushing on the back of the spine, that type of thing. Really does well. And then the folder is more of a clip point with a pretty mild swedge, but it is kind of have that sweep up. Good flats up here to rest your thumb. And again, with that saber grind, polished, you know, finish on there, so that'll help fight against rust. S30V is pretty rust resistant. Great relief edges on both of these blades. Totally dig it. They're both going to come with great belly. They are both going to be rather thin. The folder being 0.12, so 1/8 of an inch thick, and the cutting edge being 3.3 there's about, and the actual blade length of 3.65. So totally dig that. Lots of performance in a design like that. And then on the fixed blade, you're looking at 0.13, so just a hair over 1/8 of an inch thick. And then you're looking at a total blade length of 4 inches and an actual cutting edge of about 3.75, 3.8. around in that area. The fixed blade is full tang all the way through. The spines on both of these are rounded. I know you guys asked me a lot about that, but the footage is speaking for itself. Aside from some ceramic rod, you know, tuning up like one time out of the like 4 or 5 trips that have taken these out now in different tasks around not only the property, but out in the woods. The S30V is fantastic. Gerber does a great job with that steel. Their relief edges. These are just great do everything outdoor knives. Definitely with that vein of being outdoor for camping and hunting and around the campsite, but for all sorts of woodscraft type of use, food prep type of use, the blade and how these blades perform really do well when you're looking for compact size, but you're looking for good you know, edge retention and longevity, and being able to do really fine, detailed, precise cutting tasks. So one aspect to these knives that really, again, gravitated me to this, because there's just so many aspects to these designs, I was like, man, I gotta get my hands on this, is the handle ergonomics. You can see here that they have that classic gator, so it looks like gator skin on the handle designs, which is really nice. So it's super grippy. It's kind of that, you know, rubberized material. Really like that a lot. Really feels good. So this is rubberized right here. This is kind of a hardened plastic right up here where you would consider maybe jimping or something right there. Now, they are both going to be close. This one's 5 inches. I believe this is like 4.6, 4.7 overall handle lengths, which is really nice. So, I mean, very generous. I have large size hands, and you can see here with the fixed blade, I mean, I got tons of room to spare. Good bolsters on either end there. And then you got your lanyard hole, you got huge guard, really feels good. some just mild squared off jimping, which I do not mind, does not bite into your hand at all, and just gives you extra traction right there. That hump does not bother me at all, just feels super grippy, but they're very thick as well. This comes in, I believe, at like 0.8, so very thick and rounded, super contoured. So I mean, you can literally hold this all day long and you're never gonna feel exhausted or worn out. And the same is true with this folder. Most folding knives, you're gonna be way slimmer, but this is much thicker, beefier, feels great in the hand ergonomically, but probably one of the most ergonomic folders we've reviewed here on the channel. Very few can compete because of how beefy and large that handle is and just rounded off. Every single angle rounded. Again, that nice bolster right there. Good little cut in, good guard right there. So I'm really locked in. Same type of like squared off jimping right there. So I'm really locked into place, and I got huge amounts of room to spare, both as well with like gloves on. You know, if it's cold weather and you're having to either process game, you know, cook, or you're just, you know, out like we do a lot of times. We were out in like 25 degrees the other day. This is what some of the footage that you're seeing, you know, it was really nice and cool out there, and you know, you're wearing gloves basically most of the time. You can still get a really good grip on the knife versus other knives out there, even like the Gerber Strong Arm. You know, this is going to be a lot thinner. Kind of squared off, blocky. This is much more of like a tactical knife. You know, here's the top. So this thing is way thinner. Just give you some perspective here. Way, way thinner. So this is going to be maybe more concealed, and this is definitely more of a tactical knife, but this is going to feel way more ergonomic in the hand for longer periods of time, which is great. So really digging the handles on both of these knives. So I want to talk about deployment and locking mechanism on the folder, and you may be asking yourself, well, why are there two folders here? Now, Gerber sent both of these knives to me, and to give you guys, you know, this full, honest, comprehensive video. And that's the key that I want to touch on with you here. I'm always honest and forthright and want to share every detail that I see in a design, positive or negative, regardless if the company sent me the product or not. Because if I'm not honest to you guys and I'm not honest to the company, then they can't, you know, either tweak a problem or fix a problem or just take data points, and you won't have all the data points you need to decide whether or not a product is the right choice for you. You can probably barely see it on screen, but what ended up happening with the original one that they sent me was when I would close the knife like that, the blade would end up banging against the little retention bar that you can probably see down in there, that little black rod in there. It would nick it just ever so slightly and put a very, very tiny, minute little chip in the blade. I sharpened it out, you know, did it a couple times, and it's happened 2 or 3 times to me. So there's just not quite enough clearance. So I liked everything else about the knife, and I had that same issue with an older Gerber that we tested and reviewed about a year ago. I didn't on another one that had all the same locking mechanisms. So I've had like hit and miss. So I wanted to see, was it just a fluke or was this a design flaw? So I went out, spent my own money, purchased a second one, have had 0 issues. I mean, I've slammed this thing as hard as I can, like that, you know, squeezed it, done all these things, no chipping, no rolling, no burring. So I don't know if it was just a fluke in this particular design, but I wanted to share that with you guys and give you that honest feedback and show you that we're always honest here at the channel and giving you guys full data points so you can make a wise decision. For me, I think it was just a manufacturing fluke, and there just was a very minute millimeter, you know, clearance issue being a mass-produced knife. Now the lockup itself is this really nice strong lockup right through there, you know, connects super well. It is that enclosed handle, 0 play, left, right, up, down, super, super solid. Really happy with that. And then where the centering is right here in the kind of the center of the handle for the locking mechanism, I can just squeeze that. The ricasso hits my finger, and I can easily close it without nicking my finger. So this is absolutely a one-handed deployment with that nice cutout, and then a one-handed closing as well. So I want to hit price with you, and we're going to have links in the description below over to Amazon as well as Blade HQ. When you guys use those hyperlinks, it helps support us, helps me get out there, take time off of work, take time away from the family, and giving you guys honest, full, comprehensive videos. So we get a small kickback from those hyperlinks that we're going to offer to you in the description below, so that if the Gerbers that we offer to you today and we're showing you today, if they connect with you, if you feel like they're going to fit a need, when you guys use those hyperlinks, it helps us continue to do what we do. So with the folder, you're going to be looking at between $80 and $85, and just really impressed with that price point for the huge ergonomic handle, strong lockback, S30V, USA made steel, lifetime warranty, USA made sheath. And really the only knife that I have in my collection that kind of is around this same feel right now is the Benchmade Freak. This thing's gonna go for about 115 to 120. So, you know, we're looking at easily about a $40 difference. S30V steel as well. Still not gonna have as big and ergonomic a handle as the Gerber will. That relates back to the outdoor feel of the knife. Obviously more EDC, you know, fit in your pocket kind of thing. This not really being a pocket ride, being that something that you're hunting with, outdoorsing, you know, bushcrafting, you know, camping with. That's where this one is really going to fit in. And then when it comes to the fixed blade, you're looking at around the $100 price point. I've seen it kind of fly everywhere from like 95 to like 110 or 110. 105, anywhere in there. And just want to run in two other knives that we've previously been doing videos on and reviewed. Not only the Benchmade Protagonist, very similar size, but also the Hogue. This is the EXF02. This may not, the video may not have been done on this yet, but you know, very similar. But these are both going to be 154 cm steel, USA made, but just not as high quality steel as the Gerber. And you're also not going to get anywhere near the handle ergonomics. Very similar size, very similar, you know, like performance in that sense, in like their grind angles, both saber grinds, all that. But these handles over here are very thin and pretty blocky, and you're not going to want to do like hours of cutting with these two knives up here, particularly out in the woods, camping, hunting, backpacking. So both these knives are going to come with leather sheaths that are well done. They're not the best leather sheaths, I'll be honest, that I've ever seen on the market, but these are USA made leather sheaths, which is nice. What we're looking at here on the fixed blade are two bolsters right there, and then good stitching all the way along. We even have a little drainage hole right there. Nice button snap around the guard, again just matching, very elegant, you know, design. Nice huge belt loop, and then that's going to be flush with the back of the knife, so it's not going to be riding up into your hip, you know, and into your ribs as you're walking, and you know, if you're on a hunting trip or you know, whatever it is that you're doing. Then you just unsnap this guy, pull the blade out, and there you have it. It's got a big, thick plastic insert in there that actually holds the blade really well. There is play around there, but I mean, it's nice that it has this really nice plastic insert, which will keep the leather lasting longer, in my opinion. The reason that I'm saying that is I can already see like the black wearing off, you know, that it's not necessarily like super high quality leather would be my only drawback to the design. You know, I've seen higher quality ones out there, but it is USA made, it's leather, and I think it will last a long time, and I don't really have any need to have to upgrade it, and it's way better than some sort of like cheapo nylon pouch style sheath. And then on the folder, what we have here is a really nice large belt loop. So you mean you're going to be able to run that through very large leather belts and that type of thing. Got good loop over attachment with that nice button, good stitching all the way through. Really like that a lot. You could even carry this upside down, which is kind of cool because of how big this pouch piece is and the loop over. Then you just unsnap that. Good. I mean, I wouldn't be able to, if this unbuttoned, it might, you know, with time fall out, but it's pretty snug in there, which is nice. And then you can deploy the blade and then slide that guy right back in there. Snap it. It is pretty bulky, so if you wear like a lot of shirts untucked, you're going to find that you're either going to be constantly shoving your shirt underneath it, like behind it, or you know, there's going to be like this big bulge that you're going to constantly be kind of playing with. So that's the only thing I would comment on. But for the price and just the style, I like the leather sheaths, both the pouch as well as the normal fixed blade sheath that they offer. So as we bring the video to a close, my final thoughts and really what I've seen with this line is not only are you getting premium materials at really a budget price compared to other S30V, you know, USA made blades out there, you're usually going to be paying about 20% more easily for very similar materials. But also just what you get when you look at more of an outdoor feel knife versus more of like an EDC combat utility style blade. And there is definitely a significant difference, mostly in the ergonomics, and just depending on how often you use the knife. Are you somebody that uses it for an extended period of time, or are you somebody that really needs more like attachment options and slim profile? You're not using it a lot. When you do, it's just a couple quick cuts and then you're back in the sheath. That's really where I see the two differences, and where the Gerber Gator premium line really sets itself apart, not only giving us great premium materials at a great price point, but then also giving us great ergonomics at the same time. So I want to thank you for coming over here today and checking out the channel. I think this line has so much to offer. You're going to see it in upcoming concept videos, both the folder and the fixed blade, because for me, they have a lot of performance to value, particularly because I do a lot of outdoor stuff. So they really are fitting a niche for me that I've been looking for when I'm looking for compact, either folder or fixed blades that have great ergonomics for the outdoors. So thank you again so much for coming over here, checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Any questions that you have, I'll answer in the comments below. If you're not already a subscriber to Gideon's Tactical, I'd ask you and invite you to become part of the GT family here. We're throwing up videos every single week, helping you guys to just know not only concepts and ideas and giving you food for thought, but also helping you spend your hard-earned money wisely and giving you guys always honest and full content and reviews here on the channel. Finally, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.